Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
This is the JAKIB Media Phillies Postgame Show. Nice to have you along for the ride. It's brought to you by the wonderful people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let Colony Pools and Power Washing bring your home back to life for the summer of 2023. Give our sponsor a call for this baseball season at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. If you're tired of seeing the green algae stains on your roof and you live in Delco, Chester, or in the state of Delaware, let Colony Pressure wash your house and take the pressure off you. Welcome into the program. Phillies winners 5-4 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. They win their fourth straight series. They win their 10th game of their last 12. And they're over 500 for the first time since April 30th. How about them fighting Phils? That's how you move a rubber tree plant, ladies and gentlemen. Never doubted them for a minute. Right, everybody? We never doubted them for a minute. This was a great game by the Phillies. Yes, there was some frustration. Yes, when looking at this game, especially with the way the Arizona Diamondbacks stormed back in that third inning with the 4-run third inning and took the lead on Aaron Nola and the Phillies. Yes, that was nerve-wracking. But the Phillies responded, as they have done time and time again on this great stretch that they're on, winning 10 of 12, like I said, getting over 500. Like I said, this team has found a way to respond each and every time. And you know what? For all the people that wanted to go and poo-poo beating the Nationals and all the people that wanted to poo-poo taking care of the Tigers, all that, and taking 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, but their early bullpen game, so it didn't really matter. It didn't even count. It still counts. It still counts. For all those people, they used those series to get right, and this proves it. They have gotten right. They went on, they took on a team like the Dodgers. They beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. They went on and took a team that's better than the Dodgers, at least statistically, at least standings-wise this season, and they took 3 out of 4, and they got a monkey off their back. They had not been able to win a series in Arizona since 2016. That is a very long time ago. And the Phillies did what I always like to say they do after a win like this. They handled their business. And the best way they could do that was finding a way to respond. It was a terrible third inning. It was an awful third inning. And you know what? I was feeling myself a little bit because Trey Turner got that infield single in the second inning. And it later helped the Phillies score a couple of runs. So Trey Turner gets that infield single because the Diamondbacks have yet another boner of a play there in this series against the Phillies. And I watch it, I'm like, wow, this is really great. I'm watching a Phillies game, and the Phillies are the team that's much closer to fundamental baseball. They're not playing fundamental baseball, but they're closer to playing fundamental baseball than the Arizona Diamondbacks were in this series. And I watched that play unfold. They can't even get Nelson over there to cover first base on that little dribbler hit down the first base line where Trey Turner just turns on the speed, and he ends up beating it out for the infield single, giving the Phillies a little bit more of an opportunity there in that second inning. When I watched that, I went, this is so great. The Diamondbacks, they've been terrible with fundamentals, whether it's Corbin Carroll forgetting how many outs there are, whether it's McCarthy not being able to hold on to a baseball in his mitt, whether it's him and Perdomo bumping into each other and the ball bouncing out for the Phillies to get later a game-winning run out of it. Oh, baby. Oh, it's the fundamental team, the fundamental champions of the Phillies compared to the Diamondbacks. Now, that still doesn't mean that they didn't have their blunders, and certainly in that third inning, that 4-run third inning. Kyle Schwarber, and we'll get to this in the play-by-play, but Kyle Schwarber, oh my goodness gracious. I don't expect you to get to that ball off the bat of McCarthy. I don't expect you to catch that in the air. But you know what I do expect? Not to overrun it as drastically as he did. He overran that baseball that led to that big inning there. He overran that baseball and made Marsh come over to field it, allowing McCarthy to get to second base instead of holding him to a single. That's 101 stuff. Like, this isn't his first day in the outfield. He has been a major disappointment as a left fielder last year. Last year, as a left fielder, I watched him, and I went, okay, not great, but he's not hurting him, really. This year, it's hurting. Now his bat, of course, like last year, makes up for any blunders he could have in the field, and he certainly made up for it in this game and responded very well for the Phillies today. But that particular play rubbed me the wrong way. And then, of course, Aaron Nola. And Ruben Morrow Jr. was trying to figure it out during the broadcast, if he's tipping his pitches, what is he doing when he's in the stretch? Is he doing something that he can't, when he has to go to slide step, essentially? What is he doing that's allowing these hitters to just capitalize on him, and like they did in that third inning of today's ball game? I don't know what it is, but he was a totally different pitcher. The second McCarthy got on base. Throughout the game, he was doing great. He was cruising the first 2 innings. A little bit of cruising. First 2 innings, not really cruising, but he did well. And then it was a blow-up inning, and then he was able to shut it down into the 7th inning. And that's what you want to see. Hey, you're going to have a blow-up inning, you're going to have a bad inning. We're used to seeing it at this point from Aaron Nola, but it feels a lot better at the end of the night to not only look at the fact that you got 7 innings out of your starting pitcher today, but it also looks better that it was contained. The damage was contained to 1 inning, and the Phillies bats were able to respond. And, of course, the fact that you were able to chalk up a W in the win-loss column there for the Phillies is a great thing, and it helps swallow any blunders, any mistakes that you could have in a ball game. It helps that pill go down a lot easier. So let's get into it. When it comes to this game, the guys that really stick out to me, I mean, you could really go with Nick Castellanos. You could go with Trey Turner. You could go with Garrett Stubbs making plays behind the plate and laying down the bunt. And I don't know what that mound conference was in the 9th inning, but it looked like there was confusion between him and Craig Kimbrell. Oh, they figured it out. What do you want to do? How about a fastball right down the middle and never see it coming? Sounds good. Strike 3, you're out. Whatever it was, the great play he made down the first baseline by being able to get the lead runner there was a thing of beauty. And the bunt single later adds to a run. Love to see it. No, actually, you got to walk before that, but we'll get into it. Stubbs, great game. Bryson Stott had another home run in this one. I mean, we've talked a lot about what Kyle Schwarber has done time and time again in the month of June. But if you just look at the Phillies numbers, and we'll get to it a little bit later in the show, Kyle Schwarber, it's not just Schwarber bombs in June, folks. It's Bryson Stott bombs. I don't know. Stott rockets? Huh? That's good, right? Stott rockets? I like that. Okay. Bohm's getting in on the action. Castellanos is getting in on the action, not just with home runs, but with extra base hits. JT Realmuto got the day off today, and rightfully so. He's earned it. But those guys in the lineup tonight, phenomenal job. I mean, you're looking at a lineup tonight that got you 13 hits, scored 5 runs on that. You had 4 different players with multi-hit games in Turner, Castellanos, Stott, and Bohm. And then everybody got a hit. Every starter in this game, everyone who grabbed a bat got a hit in this baseball game. Stott had himself that single, that bunt single, which was great. He was the only Philly not to get a hit in the 15-run game in this series, in game 2 of this series. So great to see the Phillies lineup producing as it was. Let's get into that Aaron Nola fella for a second here, okay? Actually, last thing on the lineup. There were, 3 balls hit to the warning track tonight by the Phillies? So just missed a couple of more home runs as the game went on. Okay, now let's move on to that Aaron Nola fella. If you watch this show after every game, especially after every Aaron Nola start, you know that I like Aaron Nola. You know that I think there's a better version that we'll see of Aaron Nola. But, man, he is making that argument very hard for me to make, and I can't make it today. I know it was contained to 1 inning, but he's got to figure it out. I mean, this Phillies team, I still see making the playoffs, but they're not going to. He could make that job a lot easier for this Phillies team. You can't continue to watch Ranger Suarez improve. You can't continue to see a guy like Zach Wheeler improve. You can't continue to see a guy like Taijuan Walker improve, and we're still looking at Aaron Nola, who's supposed to be an ace of the staff, if not the guy, the guy 1A, whatever you want to say. And he has pitched so far from that this season. And I even said last night, you know what? I want to see back-to-back good starts from Aaron Nola. I want to see back-to-back good starts from Aaron Nola. I can't remember the last time we said it. We certainly haven't said it this year. I haven't seen an inning where, one outing where he's out there 7 innings, 1-run baseball, 7 innings, the next start, 2-run baseball, whatever it is. He takes a no-hitter into the 7th inning, then gets blown up by the Dodgers. And that no-hitter in the 7th inning, by the way, that was only against one of the worst hitting teams in all of baseball, for being real. Then he gets rocked by the Dodgers. He goes out there and he's still – look, bottom line is, When you look at the line for Aaron Nola at the end of the night, it's 4 runs and 7 innings of work. That's not good for an ace. And yes, it was 1 inning, fine. And yes, he wasn't helped by his defense, most notably Kyle Schwarber leading things off the way he did. That should be an error. It shouldn't be charged to the ERA of Aaron Nola, but it is, and that's fine. I don't give a damn about the ERA. I'm just trying to evaluate him as a pitcher. He will get charged for that run. But also, if you're a left fielder and you take any pride in your game, how do you overrun that as bad as you did? Now, as the game went on, again, as the inning went on, I should say, it was rough. Aaron Nola gets this expression on his face. And I know some people will talk about this with other pitchers where they say, oh, you can never tell if they're having a good inning or a bad inning because the expression never changes. With Aaron Nola, man, I just feel like you look at him and he looks like he's not exactly a vibrant guy, okay? He's not exactly doing dancing routines out there on the mound, okay? I get it. He's not all energy. But even for him to look like he's low energy, oh, that's bad. And in that 4th inning, it just felt like the hits were going to keep on coming. Let's jump into it. But bottom line, I'm ecstatic that the Phillies are 35-34 on the season. I am ecstatic that they have gone on this nice run to this point. Winning 10 of their last 12. I am thrilled, absolutely thrilled to see the guys hitting the baseball as well as they have in the month of June. And just looking at the stats going into tonight's game, these guys have been on fire. And it's not just Kyle Schwarber making things happen in the month of June. In the month of June, listen to these batting averages for the Philadelphia Phillies. Nick Castellanos in June, 415. Bryson Stott, 349. Trey Turner, 308 with a 379 on-base percentage. Holy pots and pans, people. Alec Boehm's hitting 286, not too shabby. And these guys are getting on base at a tremendous rate. And yes, you are getting those home runs. JT Realmuto's got 4 home runs. Kyle Schwarber's got 5 home runs. Nick Castellanos in the month of June's got 3. Trey Turner's got 2. This team is just mashing. And if you're going to have pitching struggles, no better time to do that than when your lineup is mashing. And now they're going to go to Oakland. Oakland was coming off a loss, so I'm going to see what they did today. But we'll get to that a little bit later in the program. But let's get into the play-by-play. Now, here's the thing. We have a new segment on the show. As you guys know, I have referenced our producer, Alex Schmidt, on more than one occasion on this program. So we're going to go through the play-by-play of this ball game. As we do, we always lead it off with the instant reactions. Then we're going to go into the play-by-play of what took place today in Arizona as the Phillies locked up this series, winning 3 out of 4. Then we're going to talk to our friend, Alex Schmidt, producer of this program. And I believe the name of his segment, he wants to call it Schmidt Show. Schmidt Show. I suggested the other Schmidt because of Mike Schmidt, but I think Schmidt Show is pretty good. So we'll get into that as well in just a second. Let's get through the play-by-play here with what the Phillies had going on for themselves in this victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kyle Schwarber led things off by popping out to the third baseman to start things off at the top of that first inning. Then Trey Turner flew out to center field on a one-pitch at bat. One pitch at bat would be a theme for the Phillies in this ball game, as they would go on to have 5 hits off first pitches between the first and the 5th inning. Not too shy. Hey, you're going to be aggressive? Be aggressive. You're going to see first pitch fastball. You're going to jump on something. You think he's going to throw you something? Jump on it. That's what the Phillies did. And it worked in their favor. Nick Castellanos went out there, got a single to left field in that first inning. Then Bryce Harper unfortunately struck out. Bottom of the first inning, things were looking pretty good for Aaron Nola. Smith flies out to center field. Then Marte strikes out on a knuckle curve, a thing of beauty. Then Corbin Carroll steps up to the plate. He grounds out to first base. A 13-pitch first inning for Aaron Nola. Feeling pretty good about Nola's start to the ball game. Going to that second inning, Bryson Stott, ladies and gentlemen. My man gets a first pitch fastball up in the zone that he clobbers, tomahawks to right center field for a home run, 418 feet. 1-0 Phillies at that point in the game. Now the inning goes on. Alec Boehm steps up to the plate. He gets a single to center field on what? A first pitch. Smacks that slider into center field for a base hit. Cody Clemens flies out to center. Brandon Marsh gets up there. He gets a double for himself on a 7-pitch at bat. Deep center field. He's able to hit it right off the bottom of the wall. Now you got runners on second and third. with one out in the inning. Garrett Stubbs goes up there. He strikes out, unfortunately. Kyle Schwarber works the walk. He now got the bases loaded with 2 outs. Trey Turner gets the infield single, hustle play, busting it down the first baseline. Phillies go up 2-0. Nelson was late going over there to cover first. Turner beat it out. You could see it going on. I was looking at Walker at first. I go, oh, they're not going to get this. They're not going to, oh my, he's going to get a run, or they're going to get a run. It's going to be an RBI infield single. This is incredible. And that's exactly what it was. Then Castellanos grounds out on the comeback. There, a 27-pitch inning for Nelson for the Diamondbacks. Phillies are up 2-0 at the close of the top of the second inning. Bottom of the second inning. Can I get a shutdown inning, Aaron Nola? Can I get a shutdown inning, Aaron Nola? Walker on the comebacker, out. Gurriel strikes out. Knuckle curve again. Mwah, magnifique. Beautiful. Rojas then strikes out on a knuckle curve as well. Oh, Nola had it rocking. Absolutely had it rocking, keeping these guys off balance. Going to the third inning, Harper flies out to right field. Stott gets another single inside fastball to right field, takes care of that. Bohm steps up there, gets an RBI double. Again, first pitch he sees. He hits into the outfield. Stott scores from first, hustling all the way. You're now up 3-0. Clemens then strikes out. Marsh strikes out. We really got to do something with Brandon Marsh striking out on those pitches right down the middle of the plate. We really got to do something about that. I don't know what Kevin Long's going to do, but he's got to get it in his head somehow. Those pitches are begging to get shellacked. And unfortunately, it hasn't been a strong suit for Brandon Marsh to this point. Now, in the third inning, McCarthy leads things off with a single originally given an error on the play to Kyle Schwarber. Folks, if you've played softball, beer league softball, you know if that ball's coming in and you have no chance of making a play, just stop. Just let the ball come to you. Don't overrun it. He overran it drastically. Brandon Marsh had to come over from center field and make the play. Now you got a guy like McCarthy on second base to lead off the inning. Let's waste no time. Moreno goes up there, gets the RBI single, 3-1. Perdomo gets up there, single, center field, first and second with one out. Then you have a situation, or no outs, excuse me. Then Smith goes up there, grounds out to Trey Turner, which was great. Second and third, one out. Marte. That was the juiciest beach ball size meatball that you can imagine, thrown out over the middle of the plate. And Marte was not fooled in the least. Blasted a 3-run home run. You go from being up 3-0 at the start of the inning to now only having a 2-run lead on a 3-1 game, in a 3-1 game, and now you're trailing 4-3 in that third inning. After a great start for Aaron Nola in the first 2 innings of the game, the blow-up inning happened there in the third. Then he's able to get Carroll to strike out. Then he gets Walker to ground out to shortstop Trey Turner to get out of that inning, but the damage had been done, as they say. You're now down 4-3. Going to the fourth inning, you need something special to happen. I said it was a bunt earlier. Wrong. It was a walk. Garrett Stubbs worked that walk. Kyle Schwarber went up there, and boy, did he make up for his mistake. He belts a RBI double down the right field line. First pitch he sees, he jumps all over it. Stubbs running hard all the way. Scores on that play. You now tied the ball game. Then Trey Turner gets another hit, a second of the ball game. He goes up there. He gets a first pitch cutter. He puts that into the outfield there, into right field. First and third, nobody out. Nick Castellanos flies out to left, shallow left field. No chance to really score Kyle Schwarber in this situation. So they hold him there at third base. Bryce Harper says, I got you. He steps up as the very next hitter, gets the RBI single to left field. Now you got runners on first and second with one out. Stott sees a couple of pitches here, likes none of them. He ends up striking out. Bohm then flies out to center field to end it. Deep center field. That was one of the situations where Marsh had an opportunity to hit a home run on his double where he had first and second in the second inning. Just missed it. Then in this instance, Alec Bohm flies out to deep center field for the out. Phillies end that inning 4-4. Then it's 5-4 on Harper's RBI single to left. It's a 5-4 ball game. Then, Aaron Nola returns back to like a good version of Aaron Nola. Gurriel strikes out on the curve. Rojas strikes out, and then he gets a sinker to fall on there for a strike against McCarthy. He gets out of the inning with three strikeouts. He strikes out the side. Going to the fifth inning, Jameson's now pitching. The right-handed pitcher is in for the Diamondbacks. Clemens gets a single to lead things off. Marsh strikes out. Stubbs strikes out. Works it to a full count, but strikes out. Schwarber strikes out on 3 pitches. Going to the fifth inning, the bottom of the fifth, Moreno goes up there, gets a cutter. He likes it, deposits it into the outfield for a single. Perdomo goes up there, and he pops out to third. Then Smith goes up there, grounds into the fielder's choice, 3-6 put out. Moreno goes up there, and he makes the out at second base in the force play there, fielder's choice situation there. And Smith is safe at first. Marte ends the threat by flying out to left field. 6th inning, Trey Turner lines out to left. A couple of great defensive plays. I mean, we're talking about defensive plays and fundamentally sound baseball. Definitely lacking for the Diamondbacks, but then all of a sudden they start making diving plays left and right, especially that in that 6th inning there. Carroll robs Trey Turner of at least a single. If that ball gets by him, I mean, there's no telling. Trey Turner might get an inside the park home run if that ball gets by Carroll. At least would get a triple out of it. Then you have a situation where Castellanos goes up there. He gets an infield single off Perdomo's mitt, so the Phillies get a break there. Harper grounds into a fielder's choice. Great stop there by Perdomo at the second, I believe it was. And he grounded the fielder's choice, 4-6 put out. Stott goes up there. He grounds out to first to end the inning. Bottom of the 6th inning. Again, who is this guy on the mound all of a sudden again? Aaron Nola dominant yet again. Carroll goes up there. He grounds out to second. Walker goes up there, grounds out to third. Gurriel goes out there, and he strikes out on a sinker. Beautiful pitch there by Aaron Nola. 7th inning, Bohm goes out there, and you got the line drive to first for the first out. Diving stop, by the way, for Walker. Another diving play. Jameson goes out. Another Nelson comes in. Then you have Clemens grounding out to second. Marsh flying out to left field. A deep fly ball for Brandon Marsh. Again, his second of the ball game. But again, just WTP, folks. Warning track power. Then Aaron Nola steps up there in the bottom of the 7th inning, starting things off with 88 pitches so far in the ball game. Rojas, he gets him first to line out to center field on a 6-pitch at bat. McCarthy lays down a beautiful bunt. He beats it out. Moreno strikes out, looking at the sinker. Perdomo goes up there. Now McCarthy steals second base. I thought it was a good throw by Garrett Stubbs. Trey Turner couldn't make a play on it. It ends up dribbling into center field. What my initial reaction, and I heard Ruben Amaro Jr. say this during the broadcast as well. My initial reaction is, what the hell is Trey Turner doing? Get up and get the baseball. I would have liked his reaction time to be a little bit faster. But even if he jumped off the bag to go after the baseball, McCarthy, to his credit, got up right away and booked it for third. He got to third. And ended up not biting the Phils in the old behind, fortunately. But he got to third. Turner did jump. He didn't spring up and make a play. Would have liked to have seen it. But I think even if he did, he's not making a play on McCarthy in that situation. Marsh has to come in and make a play on the baseball in order for him not to score. I would have liked a little bit better reaction time for Trey Turner, but the minute he actually started going after the baseball, he was just spinning his wheels. Would I like a better reaction time? Yes. I don't know if it would have mattered, unfortunately. So now you got a runner on third base. Moreno strikes out looking, as I mentioned. So you got a runner at third. You have 2 outs in the inning. You have a first and third situation with 2 outs. Nola goes out at this point. Soto comes in. Rivera pinch hits for Smith. Strikeout. 99-mile-per-hour fastball. High heat that Rivera could not catch up with. Phillies get out of the 7th inning unscathed. They have a chance to tack out a couple of more runs there in the 8th inning against Castro. Stubbs leads off with that bunt single. It's his 5th bunt single on the season. How about that for the ball player? Then Kyle Schwarber goes up there, 4-pitch walk to him. First and second, no outs. Trey Turner grounds into the fielder's choice. Another good play defensively there by the Diamondbacks. Now it's first and third with 1 out in this situation. Nick Castellanos, can he come up with the big swing? He does not. But while he's up there, Trey Turner steals second base. Harper gets the intentional walk now with first base open. Stott goes up there, takes a hack or two. But I don't know what happened to Bryson Stott during this at bat. Castro throws him 2 pitches. One right down the middle of the plate, a changeup that he took. The other, a sinker down the middle of the plate, taken. He swung and missed at that one. And then Bryson Stott ended up flying out to center field to end that inning. 8th inning, Soto still in there. Marte leads off with a single to left field. He had him on a 1-2 count. He was able to get the single, so now I got the leadoff runner on. Carroll steps up there. He gets a single as well. It's actually ruled a fielder's choice. Stubbs gets Marte out at second, and this was the brilliant play by Garrett Stubbs in this 8th inning by not allowing the runner to get in scoring position in a 1-run ball game. Stubbs makes a great pursuit of the baseball. He goes after Marte's hit, and he throws to first base or throws to second base to get the lead runner, a thing of beauty. Then Soto goes out of the ball game. Dominguez comes in. He gets the strikeout of Walker. He threw one slider in a 7-pitch at bat. Seranthony Dominguez threw Walker after Walker's 3-run home run last night. He threw him one sinker. It was out of the zone for a ball. This time around, he got a little bit of a revenge, threw a 96-mile-per-hour fastball away during the 7-pitch at bat, and he struck him out. Then Gurriel goes up there. He chased the slider to strike him out as well. So you have Dominguez come in there, and I'm sure he's feeling a lot better about himself today than he was yesterday. Then in the 9th inning, Bohm goes out there, grounds out to second. Castro goes out. Andrew Chafin comes in. Clemens and Marsh both out in the inning. Clemens grounds out to first. Marsh ends up striking out in the inning. Then Kimbrel takes the ball in the 9th inning. I don't know what the issue was here, folks, but Nick Marley, the home plate umpire, I thought the 3rd automatic ball was BS. I've said all year long, and Kimbrel's been called for a bunch. He's at least been called for 5 of them. 3 today, maybe 5 or 6 during the course of the whole season. I think Major League umpires need to take something out of the book of NFL referees, where when they're watching the play clock, they'll watch the snap, look at the play clock, go from 2, 1, 0, then look back at the snap. So they allow that downbeat. And if they look at the downbeat, if they look over and then the ball snapped, they let it go. Sometimes the downbeat's a little longer than others, but it's never faster. I'll say that much. If you're the home plate umpire and you're tracking what the pitcher's doing, if you look at the clock, the pitch clock, and then you look at the pitcher and you see him start his windup, you got to let that go. And I'm not just saying for Craig Kimbrel. I'm not just saying for the Phillies. Universal. Because then you're working against the reason the play clock's there to begin with. You're stop and play. The whole reason it's there is to keep it moving. If you look over and then you look and he's still, then call it. But if you look over and then look back at the pitcher and he's going, rocking back, let it go. And I thought definitely the last one that was called on him, the second one, men's, it was close. But I think all umpires need to be a little bit more wary of that. The bottom line is Craig Kimbrel goes out there. He gets Rojas to strike out. Strikeout. Then he gets McCarthy on the fly ball to center field. And then he gets Moreno to ground out to shortstop Trey Turner to end it. And the Phillies take 3 out of 4 from the Arizona Diamondbacks. And they're 35-34 on the season. And now we rejoice. Let's bring in our esteemed producer, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for the Schmidt Show portion of the program. Let's bring in Alex Schmidt. Beepo Pop. We'll push some buttons here. Alex, welcome to the program, my friend. What jumped out to you about this? Say hi to the nice audience.
How's it going, everyone? I am Alex Schmidt. I'm the producer of the Fightins Postgame show featuring yours truly, Marc Farzetta, and yes, I'm the behind-the-scenes guy.
Well, welcome to in front of the scenes. What jumped out to you about this victory for the Phils tonight, Alex?
I say it's good. It feels good to say that I'm happy and maybe relieved that this lineup and these guys are playing like they should. They're a lineup that is very put together to, like you say, mash, and which they've been doing, and they should be going into the game, and the opposing pitcher should see them on the lineup and be getting nervous knots in their stomach every single day. They should be seeing it and just to themselves like, another day like against the Phillies. Like, I don't want to deal with that. And what they were able to do the last couple of days, it's encouraging to see this, say the least. And this series in particular, 13 hits, 20 hits. Yeah, there was 5 hits the one game. That is what it is. But 13 hits today again. Yeah, I'd say it's very encouraging to see, and it shouldn't come as like a shock to see them playing like this. It should be expected, but I guess that happens sometimes. It is the Phillies. I mean, it is Philly sports. I do wish I wanted to see JT finish out the strong series in Arizona, but I guess Philly Rob was like, let's not hype him up too much, but
give him a break.
You do your thing. You do your thing. Yeah, I'm good with that.
There you go. Well,
yeah.
Let me ask you this, because one of the things that really jumps out to me is when we did the series against the Dodgers, and after they won the third game against the Dodgers, they lost the middle game, they won the third game to take 2 or 3 from LA. After that game, Rob Thompson was asked, what's with this surge? Now you've won at the time 3 straight series. Obviously, they've won 4 now. But what's the change? What has been different? And Rob Thompson did a couple of things. He said, I credit my coaches. My coaches do a great job of teaching the game. They do a great job of hanging with the players and making sure they're answering all their questions. And we have a great coaching staff. So credit to him for giving credit to his coaches. That's a great thing to do. As the man that's calling the shots, it's a nice thing to do. But the other thing he said was, yeah, this is nice to win at home. We have been winning at home. Prior to this road trip, they had a 371 winning percentage on the road. That's terrible. Absolutely god-awful. He said we need to win on the road. Now we need to win on the road. Well, guess what? Now you've won 3 out of 4 against the Diamondbacks. Now you have an opportunity to go out and face a team like the A's that are one of the worst teams in baseball, but they're playing their best brand of baseball right now. So what do you think of Rob Thompson saying, well, let's win on the road? So far they have.
Yeah, I mean, going into this series, there was some kind of report that I saw that West Coast games this season, I think it was this season, any West Coast game that they played this year before the Arizona series, haven't won any of them. Didn't won not a single one. So went into this series a little, yeah, let's say nervous. I'll just say nervous, but very encouraging, very good to see that they're hopefully definitely figuring it out, going win the 10 games of the last 12, and maybe they're definitely figuring it out before when the Detroit
I know. I do the same thing. Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, hey, football's coming up. I'm excited about that. But yes. After the Detroit series and after the LA series, it was still the questions of, are the Phillies back? And people were still hesitant. Like maybe we don't know. It could be. I mean, we know how they do. They do 5 games, they win. 6 games, they lose. 4 games, they win. 6 games, they lose. But right now, they're looking pretty strong, and it's I really like what I'm seeing, and especially with the starting pitching lately. Yeah, today we had that despicable little 3rd inning slip up by Nola, but other than that, I don't have to talk about that. Other than that, he was absolutely dealing, and it was great to see. I almost 10 strikeouts. He could have had that last one right before he was pulled, but finally not a bad outing. I mean, I went to the game in the one LA game that they lost, embarrassing, and I don't know, maybe I was the bad luck charm being there, but I don't want to think that, but
probably
it's okay. It probably was, yeah.
Alex, before we get to the chat check, I'm a big believer in letting the audience get to know you a little bit. For those that don't know, Alex is the grandson of Mike Schmidt, and he's the greatest football player at Dartmouth ever. Are both those things correct?
Well, I think you skewed that a little bit, maybe a little bit. I mean, yeah, my Uncle Mike there is behind me, but yeah, we say that's my Uncle Mike,
Sure, yeah.
That's
the advantage. That's the advantage you like Schmidts have, the Lynches have, the Smiths have. Like the Farzettas, I got contractors. I got contractors in the family. That's all I got.
Exactly. Yeah. No, we still got to hash things out with the whole ancestry.com stuff. We'll figure it out. I'm sure he's in the tree somewhere. And
yeah, you're getting letters from Mike Schmidt. Leave me alone, dude.
Exactly. Exactly. As far as Dartmouth College, yeah, I played football at Dartmouth College. I graduated last spring, finished my final 5th year season. I'm a 2-time Ivy League champion. No big deal. Just want to put that out there. But as far as best player, I don't want to do that.
That's what the people are saying.
No, it's okay. No, I'm definitely not.
Well, Alex, I look forward to more Schmidt Show portions of the program, my friend. Thank you so much.
Really looking forward to it too.
Alex Schmidt, absolutely. Alex Schmidt, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what Alex has to say. Let's see what you have to say. Going to the chat right now, Greg Benson. Well, you finally got your easy, relaxing game. Greg, not so much. I did in the second game of this series. Not last night and certainly not today, but we got one at least. But Greg, thank you. John Marinelli, La Vida Bella. Hey, quesadillas. There you go. Crazy, what's up, Crazy? Crazy said, sup, tutors. Sup, Crazy. John Marinelli, hey, Crazy. Everyone's hi. John Marinelli, everyone hi. All over 500, baby. Crazy, I'm in the corner watching you kiss. What? Oh, thank you. I got what you're saying. Greg Benson, Sir Agony was transformed to Sir Alchemy. Go Sixers. Hello, Farzy. Hello. After these back-to-back good series wins, I'm back on the wagon with the Fightins. Welcome back in the wagon there, Go Sixers. And would it be the last two series? See, this is why you shouldn't be a member of the Fun Police Brigade when they're beating the Nationals and they're beating the Tigers. No. Or they're beating the Dodgers, but it's the bullpen games. Oh, you shush it. Eric Schmidt. Another relative, another grandson of old Pappy Schmidt. Eric Schmidt, great win today, but they left the bases loaded twice. Got to do better. I concur. It didn't bite him in the ass, but always hit with runners in scoring position. Or especially with the bases loaded. Had no doubts about it. John Marinelli, we can hammer Schwarber's lumbering defense every game, but nothing is going to change until Harper's back in the lineup. I agree. Or back on the field. You're absolutely right. But I just can't let it go. I got to acknowledge it, especially if it leads to a 4-run inning. And look, they got other hits in the game. If you go by the chronology of it, he would have scored anyway. McCarthy would have scored anyway. That doesn't mean I got to like it. Crazy. I agree. Schwarber needs to DH because he cannot be in left field. He's not athletic. He's not fast enough. He has T-Rex arms and can't throw the ball to home plate. I want all of that on Kyle Schwarber's scouting report. Hey, what do you got on Schwarber in left field? Well, T-Rex arms, sir. Oh, whoa, T-Rex arms. Get him out of there. Tyler Bolich, what's up, man? Pitch clock sucks. I like it a pitch clock. I can't stand the stupid pitch clock. I like the pitch clock. Christopher Schmidt. How many? Wait, is that the same guy? No, it's a different Schmidt. Schmidt, is this your whole family in here? What's going on here? Stot Rockets? Really? People are eating dinner at this hour. Go with it. Go with it, baby. Tyler Rhodes, good. Farzy, I've been over Nola. Can't wait to move on from him. Go Sixers. Well, you know what's going to happen. He's going to end up pitching another Cy Young-esque year next year. Can't move on from Tryon Nola. Can't move on. We can't even find a fifth starter. Very valid point there, Eric. Go Sixers. I'm thinking of next season. Okay. Because we can't wait for the Schmidt show. Oh, I'm sure you can't. Whole gaggle of Schmidts in there. We got a load of Schmidts. A Schmidt load of people in there. Go figure. Nice makeup performance by Sir Tony. Okay, that's funny. Sir Tony is funny. After last night, I agree. Stupid pitch clock. It's not baseball. It is baseball. It makes baseball better. Makes baseball more efficient. I like the pitch. I'm, as I've described before, I'm a non-practicing baseball traditionalist. That's the best way to put it. John Doe, Hurts to the XFL? What? Hurts is complete utter Who was that? What is John? I know that in the JAKIB YouTube channel, you're used to venting about the Philadelphia Eagles and whether or not you like them. It sounds like you hate them. It sounds like you're just a hater. But hey, man, we're here for you. We'll get this through. We'll get through this together, okay? Because Hurts is not trash. He's awesome, and you're just jealous. Let's see. Joe, bye-bye. That owner in Oakland sucks. Sell the team. Did you guys see the article that was written? I think it was it Bob Nightingale, USA Today, wrote about the Vegas boys on the squad, Bryce Harper and Bryson Stott, about how they're happy that their fan base that their home base, basically their hometown, will have a baseball team now, but they feel bad about Oakland and like all the legendary players that were playing at Oakland back in the day. It's a nice piece. You guys should check it out. Emma Kramer. Is this the Emma? This has got to be the Emma. I really like what I'm seeing as well, Schmidt. There you go, Emma. There you go. Wait, Eagles are not but. Laughed my ass off. I agree. The Eagles are definitely not but. Oh, John Doe said earlier, the Eagles are but. They're not but. If they are but, they are not but. They are not ass. They are not ass. Anyway, I think we need more Stubbs pinch hits from now on. I love me some Garrett. How about the story that T-Mac told? I had heard Castellanos was on with Anthony, and he was talking about the whole, like, bringing the song back and all that. But T-Mac said he asked Garrett Stubbs today, during the broadcast, he told the story about asking Garrett Stubbs, why would you bring that song back? What made you play it again? And he goes, because we were sucking. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are great. As per usual, Phillies back at it tomorrow. Phillies are back at it tomorrow. Is it another 9:40 start time? Gosh darn it, it is. 9:40 start time tomorrow night. Taijuan Walker gets the start for the Phillies against J.P. Sears, a left-handed pitcher. He is 1-3 in the season with a 4.15 ERA. As for the Athletics themselves, they only have 19 wins on the season. But how about this? The Oakland A's went on a run. They have lost back-to-back games now, but they won 7 in a row before splitting with the Tampa Bay Rays. They were up 2-0 in a 4-game set with the Tampa Bay Rays, also known as the best team in baseball, in the toughest division in baseball, the AL East. But they lost their last 2 games, 6-3 and then 4-3 today, earlier in the afternoon. They have 19 wins on the season. They're 19-52 on this season. That's where they are at. So go figure. Taijuan Walker has not allowed a run. Knock on wood. This desk was made at IKEA. It's not wood. Hold on. I got a slab of wood right there. There we go. Taijuan Walker has not allowed a run in his last 2 starts. He has been cruising for the Phillies. So let's hope that he keeps that going. 9:40. Be back with you guys after that game right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel for Phillies post game there. I will not be doing the show on Saturday. Wedding anniversary. You know, going away with the missus. Wedding anniversary. So I won't be doing the post-game show then, but I will be back with you guys tomorrow morning as well on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel and the Farzy Show YouTube channel for the Farzy Show, live every day, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and we talk all things Philly sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Alex Schmidt, the Schmidt Show himself, all the Schmidts, the Schmidt load of people we had in there. Thanks for joining us. This is the Phillies post-game show, and it's brought to you by on JAKIB Media. Brought to you by the great people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Win and save big this baseball season with our friends from Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let the experts get rid of that ugly green algae off your roof, the mold off your deck, and off your siding. They service the state of Delaware, Delco, and Chester counties. Call them now, 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. How about the Fightin' Phils? Over 500, ladies and gentlemen. It's a nice thing. Now, going to Oakland, handle their business. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Do you stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Google TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
And the big story on Action News?
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, But would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
This is Governor Ed Rendell urging you to vote for my friend Judge Pat Dugan for Superior Court. I appointed Judge Dugan in 2007 to the Philadelphia Municipal Court, where he now serves as its president judge. Pat is a proud Army veteran of 23 years. He served 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He's also recommended by the Philadelphia Bar Association. But most importantly, he bleeds Eagles green and hates those Dallas Cowboys. So get out and vote for number 3, Judge Pat Dugan for Superior Court.
Paid for by Dugan 2023.
EAGLES, Eagles.